The highly anticipated third season of HBO Max's House of the Dragon is here, and while in Austin, we caught up with one of the stars of the show. Take a look. Joining me now is Abubakar Salim from House of the Dragon ahead of its third season premiere. Abu, welcome to Austin. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very well. Thank you for having me.
I am thrilled that you're here. We had the panel last night. How did it feel to be here in Austin and just kind of get the crowd love and crowd reaction to what's coming?
It was amazing. I think you're so easy to forget how much love there is for this show, and how much love there is for the cast and the people, and to kind of be reminded by that it's so wonderful. It's such a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, Game of Thrones and House of Dragon are just such big hits TV wise, right? And I think in a lot of ways it's almost developed as its kind of own pop culture phenomenon in a lot of ways. So why did you want to be a part of this show? And did you feel that there was any pressure associated joining because of the fandom and popularity?
Yeah, I think the good thing about specifically like Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, that whole universe, is that they're very good at kind of telling these incredibly human themes that are so relatable to like today, but then they kind of throw a dragon in the mix of it, which kind of makes it feel fantastical.
Sure.
It's such a great like vehicle for telling these really very family dramas, but like at the same time still keep you in the fantastical world of dragons and queens and kings and families. It's great. It's such a great world to be in.
Yeah, to kind of extend upon that for a second, this show is full of so many intense moments, so much high action kind of thriller, if you will, in a sense, and also a lot of really complicated family dynamics. So how did you prep going into season 2, and did that prep change at all for season 3?
Yeah, so I read Fire and Blood. I read the books, or the book, just to kind of get myself accustomed and adjusted to essentially what it is. And I don't know if you've read the book or seen it. It kind of reads a bit like a wiki sort of way. It's like different, it's like historical accounts of what of the world of Westeros and that sort of stuff. And it was really interesting to sort of get a gauge of like, okay, this is the world that I'm jumping into. But then really, I mean, and this is testament to the writers and then to the crew as well. Like a lot of the time, you don't really have to prep much. You just have to trust the writing and the world that you're going to be jumping into.
Yeah.
Rather than, because I think sometimes you can come too prepared and too stuck in your own way, and you're not then able to play and kind of feel the vibe of it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really much prep after just reading and getting a gauge of what it is.
Yeah. And you already knew the world. So it's like you're just coming back into it and just elevating what's happening, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And so there's such an abundance of excitement around this next season. And so I'm curious, do you get those same kind of nervous or anxious feelings when reading the script as fans do, waiting to see what's gonna happen? And then what's kind of the headspace of like what is going to happen with your character and the storylines within the show?
Yeah, I mean, it's so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Like you have no idea what. I mean, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon has such a reputation of anyone can die.
Right. Yeah.
It's like it's so unpredictable, and I think that you're always carrying that energy, which is why I think it's so electric, because you don't know what the next script or the next scene is going to be.
Sure.
And so for me, it was there is always this nervousness of when we get the next script, what's happening, who's dying, who's surviving, who's new. Like I think like there is, it keeps it as exciting for us as it does for audiences as well.
Yeah, which I think is really cool. And something I was talking to you about before we did this is that your cast dynamic is really cool and it seems really fun. That was really noticeable at the event last night. And so I'm curious for you, one, what's your favorite on-set memory? And two, what's it been like for you working with this cast?
Oh man, favorite on-set memory. I think my favorite on-set memory probably has to be well, I mean, there's one of this season, obviously, which is the Battle of the Gullet, the whole massive ship battles that's happening. That's going to be incredible. But I'd say like when you asked me that, the first thing that came to mind was when I was working with Clinton, who plays my brother Adam in the show, and we both were like kind of in awe of the scale of what this show is. And I know that there was a few good takes on the first day, because I think my first day was with him, a few good takes where we both just couldn't do our lines or like perform properly because we were just like, oh my God.
Geeking out, totally, yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Losing our minds, like
Yeah.
we were there, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say like that was probably a big one.
Yeah, I love that. And I think it just shows like how real it still is for you all, right?
Yeah.
Like you're obviously actors in this show, but getting to experience it in real time is a whole other
It's a
experience,
whole
I'm sure.
different thing. Different thing, man.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about your character and your storyline is this very complicated relationship with your father, right?
yeah.
And so I'm curious, what was it like building that on-screen dynamic with Steve? And then how do you hope the audiences are impacted by the father-son journey that your characters go through in the show?
Steve is such a good and great actor that it's almost like you can go really far with this guy and just play with him and like you have fun with him because he's such a lovely man and such a brilliant human being. And so when it came to building that relationship with him and kind of working out the dynamics between us, it just felt really easy. Like, you know, we would talk about it sometimes, or we would just be like, look, let's just trust the words and see what happens there. We play on the day. Like it was really cool. And again, like I'm quite lucky because I was able to see him obviously in season 1, learn from him from season 1, kind of learn mannerisms, elements and takes, and then try and apply that as well to Alyn, even though he isn't necessarily connected to Callers.
Yeah.
I think it is quite lovely to have characteristics and elements that feel, you know, like, oh yeah, he's obviously the son of this guy. So like a lot of that was, you know, down to, again, just playing with Steve and just being with him, because he's such a cool guy. And as we were saying, like, he's funny.
He's so
funny.
Yeah.
He's so funny. So yeah, it's just, he's so, I really enjoy, you know, and I'm so lucky, like most of my scenes are with him. So I get to really learn from him and kind of, and take in just his craft and work from that, you know?
Yeah, I think that's really good. And I think it's cool that you're able to have such a strong on-screen dynamic because of the off-screen dynamic that you built as well, which I think is really special. What about the show surprised you after joining season 2?
Oh, I definitely the scale. I think the scale of this show is something I've never seen before. Again, like normally with TV, you're very used to filming scenes, like several scenes a day, right? I think with this, you end up filming like 1 or 2 a day, because they care so much about the detail and the care for the scene, and really bringing in this almost like filmic artistry to it. It was such a surprise, because again, I am very used to learning lines, do the scene, you'd have 2 or 3 setups and then you move on. Whereas with Dragons, you have, like, you know, you could spend a whole day on just one scene, and they've got all different angles. You are playing with it as well. There isn't any sense of restriction. It's very freeing in that regard, and that's what's really surprised me. And also, you know, how just wonderful everyone is. Like, it's so rare, and I think Steve even said this yesterday. It's so rare to be on a set or on a job where you are lucky to be working with everyone who is really lovely and really cares. There's always like 1 or 2 bad eggs, but like this gig, man, it's like everyone is having a good time. Yeah. Everyone's enjoying, you know? And I think like it's so lovely to be around.
Yeah, I think like one of the most interesting things about this show is how many elements are at play, right? Like there are so many things you guys are working with. They were talking about at the event how there's so many like elements, like the fire explosions and the like real life boat mock-ups that you're on, and just all these crazy things. What is that like to be a part of that element of the show, of just so many things happening and knowing kind of, you know, the gravitas of what they're trying to achieve?
Yeah, it's weirdly freeing. It's weirdly freeing, because you realize as well that you are just this small cog in this massive machine. So you know, all you have to do is just do your part. Yeah. Which is like such a wonderful feeling, knowing again, like, and again, this is a show where you're following all these different POVs. And Ryan was saying it's like 19 POVs, like 19 characters that you are following or taking. You know, there are scenes that are specifically looking at their point of views, and like it isn't just on one person's shoulders or two people's shoulders. It's actually on everyone to kind of share this responsibility. It's an ensemble, and I think like that has been really like lovely, because there isn't that extra added pressure of trying to do the best you can. You want to do the best you can,
right?
You know, and that's very different. Like the energy just comes from a different place. You end up enjoying it and really trying to, you know, striving to do that rather than necessarily feeling like you have to, you know.
Yeah, I feel it's just a natural kind of. You're all just on the same page, I guess.
We're
is
all
what
on
I'm
the
trying
same
to get
page.
at.
We're all on the same page. We're all, you know, wanting to sing from the same hymn sheet.
Yeah.
If one person's having an off day, it's okay.
Yeah.
The other person's there to kind of pick you up. Like there is no pressure of having to carry the responsibility of everything. And it's because everyone cares of what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's honestly, as I say, like it's such a rare thing to have on a show like this.
Yeah, it's definitely unique, I would say, for sure. So obviously, as I've said and as we've teased, there's just so much hype around this new season. People cannot wait to see. People want to see this battle. People want to see where we left off in season 2, where we pick up in season 3. How excited are you for the world to see and experience this 3rd season?
Oh, it's a mixture of excitement and I'm just terrified, nervous, man. Like it's, you know, it's again, like I think, especially with the first episode, like the first episode is such a huge opener. And, you know, I remember filming the sequences on those ships, you know, all the choreography, the training we did for fighting on with the gullet. And it is massive and it's huge and you just want to do it justice. And I remember also even reading it in the books and thinking to myself, wow, if they can capture this, like, I don't know, we've never seen something like this on TV before. But yeah, and they did it, and I'm very proud of the work that everyone has done and what I've done, but I'm also very terrified because it's, you know, it's to the public. The public will decide whether it's good or not, you know.
Yeah, and the public's the scariest of all.
The public are the scariest, honestly. There's a saying that we say, like, when people watch TV or, you know, they're in a cinema or even reading a book, like, the IQ of the audience just jumps because they are so laser focused on one thing. So they'll be able to pick out and see everything. So it's like super laser scrutiny. It's like, gotta look at it, gotta be on top of it.
Yeah,
you know?
well, and they care so much about your characters and they are so invested in what's happening. So I'm so excited for season 3. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. Abu, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You can watch brand new episodes of House of the Dragon Sundays on HBO Max.